We are now in the final weeks of spring, and while we are here only for a few days this time, we are so eager to continue the work we started during our previous visit. The first thing on my mind is to find the key to the one cantina we were unable to access the last time we were here. I suspect this particular cantina contains the original cementina tiles that were removed from one of the ground floor rooms decades ago. That room had been renovated, and as part of that renovation, they decided to replace the tiles with something more modern and, honestly, much less interesting. But we were assured that the original tiles had been saved and that they were stored somewhere in one of the cantinas. Now, I thought I remembered seeing some of the tiles stacked in a corner on a previous visit, and here they are. These handmade cementina floor tiles were one of the features that immediately captivated us when we first saw the house. Once a popular choice for homes in Italy, they've become somewhat of a lost art. Only a few artisans still produce this type of flooring using the traditional methods and materials. So we were very excited to discover the villa contained 3 different and very distinctive designs. What we don't know yet is just how practical it will be to keep them where they are today. See, in order to carry out the necessary structural renovations on the floors, they will all need to be carefully removed. Undoubtedly, some will be broken in the process, and those that we successfully salvage will need to be cleaned and restored. These tiles are also very porous and, unfortunately, have not been maintained properly for many decades. So for now, all we really know for sure is that we absolutely want to incorporate them somewhere in the house. The entire upper floor of the villa contains a very different type of flooring. While the more expensive and elegant cementina tiles were reserved for the ground floor, where guests were received and entertained, more rustic, handmade terracotta tiles were used upstairs in the bedrooms. We believe these are also original to the house, dating back to the mid-1800s, and, like the cementina, will need to be very carefully removed during renovation. The villa has so many interesting details, and it seems during each visit we discover another we hadn't even noticed before. All these structural and decorative elements are what give the villa its personality. Each one of them is a piece of its history. So, whether it's revealing the wood beams and terracotta bricks of the original ceilings, reusing some of the old light fixtures, or simply repurposing small elements like a door knocker, our goal is to bring this house up to modern standards while also preserving its character and history. Tammy, once again, is focusing her attention on the inside of the house. This time, the goal is to remove the clothing from as many of the dressers and wardrobes as possible and begin organizing them. Much of this clothing really isn't very interesting, and it's not even very old. But here and there we discover a few really unique items.
These are antique gowns I've found. These are over 100 years old. And in this one, I think this is the oldest one. And the reason I say that is because I noticed it's embroidered with the name Sylvia. And I know that it would be the great-grandmother. Her name was Sylvia. So I am guessing that this one is from circa 1914, around that time. that goes in a different pile. Everything else is just clothes from the 80s.
When we were searching for a home, we both thought it would be interesting to find one that still contained some old furniture, maybe some antique tools, or even photographs. But finding a home containing this much stuff never even crossed our mind. And the reality is that it can be overwhelming and difficult to know where to begin. Sometimes it's best just to pick a task and get on with it. Little by little, progress is made. Drawers are emptied, and a path forward begins to emerge.
Figure out which ones go here.
We haven't opened the cassetta since purchasing the property, so today we decided it's time to take a closer look at what's inside.
Wow, we have a winner. First try.
We don't know exactly how this building was used in the past, but in the first room, it does contain what appears to be a small kitchen, complete with a fireplace and sink.
Looks. Holy moly. Oh, that matches the table in the dining room.
The second room appears as if it may have been used as an office.
Oh, it sure does.
In addition to the desks and an old printer, there are several tall cabinets along the back wall, and all of them appear to be full of old papers and receipts. This is going to be tedious work, but we'll need to go through all of it before we can begin removing the cabinets. But that's a project for another day. For now, we'll focus our efforts elsewhere. I successfully cleared the perimeter of the villa a couple of weeks ago. And now, I intend to continue working my way around the casetta and into the olive grove. Now, I know it may seem that the priority should be cleaning out the house rather than clearing the land. Having us both work as a team inside might make the work go faster. But Tammy and I both have very different strengths. I am too easily overwhelmed by the work inside and may just start discarding items without taking the necessary time to first understand what they are. But while I am overwhelmed by the work inside the house, Tammy is equally overwhelmed by the amount of work that lies outside and is very happy to leave this task to me. We do need to be able to navigate the areas around the villa and understand the contours of the land, and we eventually want to start producing our own olive oil. But before we can do that, we'll first need to get the olive grove back to a healthier state. The first step to doing that is clearing all this undergrowth beneath the trees. By the time we purchased the property, it was already too late to salvage this season. And if we have any hope of harvesting olives next year, we need to get this work started now. Soon enough, we will need to combine forces to get the house cleared. But for now, our process is working just fine. As I'm working, I notice some movement in the grass to the side of the casetta. Two beautiful Italian whip snakes twisted around one another. Apparently, this peculiar behavior of rapidly coiling around each other is how these snakes mate. for a time, they seemed to not even notice me. Then suddenly, it's as if they realized they were being watched. And just like that, they're gone. Our intent is to find a home for every item of clothing, unless of course they're beyond salvaging. Many of the items have been eaten by moths, some are torn, and some are just too stained or soiled. We may keep a few items for ourselves or give them to our friends and our family. Some may be donated to a charitable organization, and I'm sure some of the items would be of great interest to a vintage clothing store. But for some of the oldest items, we'll need to do some more research to determine the best place for them. Possibly a community organization, a local archive, or even a museum of some sort.
Okay, so what we have in here is a box of stuff. I'm wearing my mask and my goggles, just in case there are mothballs in here. But some of this stuff has been eaten and it needs to be tossed. I'll see if I can show you an example. Yeah, you can see something got in there. It was eating away. There's several little holes all along the way. Figure out exactly what we got, and then we can deal with it. And things in here, but I'm just make sure there hasn't been eaten. Some of this stuff is just a mess. Scarf. This one looks okay. Nice little Fendi scarf. Let's make sure that has not been eaten. The thing. Oh no. Oh, what a shame. It was a beautiful Fendi scarf and it has been eaten away. Dior, Lily Christian Dior tie. Okay, so some of these seem to be okay. Another tie from Terrace. What do you think our chances are? This beautiful scarf. Okay, this one might be alright. Valentino. That might be a women's belt. Pierre Cardin. Silk scarf. Few successes and a few devastating losses. Oh, that's so sad. I just think that one might be beyond repair, but we'll do some research and see what we can find.
As I make my way into the olive grove, the progress is a bit slower. Not only am I having to deal with the tall grasses and other vegetation, but it's been many years since these olive trees were properly pruned. In order to keep moving forward, I must constantly put down the trimmer and remove low-hanging branches which are in my way. These trees will need significantly more trimming in the future. But for now, I'm only concerned with removing those branches that prevent me from making my way through the olive grove. Along the way, I also begin making small brush piles. Eventually we'll burn these trimmings, but not until autumn or winter.
Okay, well, it's hot. We're just trying to uncover some of this land. It's been abandoned for so long. I don't know how many years it's been since anybody cut back the weeds, took a trimmer to it or a lawnmower. But I'm trying to figure out where these little terraces go. We've got terraces all over the property and they're lined with these olive trees, and that's what they did on these hillsides. Right now, if we want to go down to the creek, we have to walk down the main road to a second entrance we have. We have a little unpaved road, a little dirt road that comes off the main road and down through the middle of our property along that creek. So my goal for this trip was to try and clear a path, try to find a way down from the back of the house using these terraces. And I'm sure there's a way, it's just trying to figure out where it is because it's all covered. And so it's just little by little going down this way, then going down that way until you find what looks like a natural grade or a terrace that goes down to the next level. There should be a series of these, maybe 2 or 3 more terraces between me, where I'm standing now, and where the creek is. But that's what I'm doing this week. That was my big goal, was try to clear some area around the house and find a pathway directly from the house down to the lower road so we could walk down to the rest of the property without having going out on the main street to do so. You might also be asking, why are you doing this with a trimmer and not a tractor or a lawnmower of some kind? I don't have a tractor yet. I probably will have to get one in the future. I have a trimmer. And the other thing is, even if I had a tractor, I'm not sure anybody would want to mow these for the first time with a tractor not knowing the lay of the land. There's a lot of areas where it looks like it might be solid, but the grass is so thick that once you trim it, you realize there's a drop-off. So it could be dangerous, I think, with something larger. We also have a lot of big rocks I'm finding and tree stumps and other things. So I think the first pass here, at least for this part of the land, is going to have to be with trimmers, just to uncover what's there, understand what's there, and then we can know in the future, can we go over with something that'll be a lot quicker. But for now, it's the trimmer, which I don't mind. I'm having a blast. I could do this all day, and for me, it's fun. Okay, let's keep going.
In addition to the hidden drop-offs, the large rocks, and the old tree stumps, the property is also covered in small holes dug by the wild boar that frequently roam the property, something that is quite common in many parts of Tuscany. I imagine we will eventually need to bring in a small excavator of some sort just to smooth out some of these areas and make them less hazardous. Well, I never did complete the path down to the creek.
Ran out of string.
However, I did make significant progress clearing around the cassetta, and we can now venture much further into the olive grove. Tammy has also made tremendous progress inside the villa, emptying many of the dresser drawers and beginning to organize the clothing. I know it may not seem like a lot, but we're very happy with the progress we're making. And it's important to us that we take our time during this phase of the project to ensure we're making informed and considerate decisions. Because once it's over and the house is finally empty, we'll never be able to go back. So, slow and steady it is.